We're responding to a challenge.
You've been challenged. You've been served. We've been served.
By Lamar and Becky.
Yes.
To cook something and post it on Facebook.
But we also have to make it funny.
Do we have to make it funny?
Probably.
Okay. We can try our best.
You're gonna make some oatmeal, what are they called? Vanishing cookies?
I think the original recipe is vanishing oatmeal cookies.
Cookie 19?
Viral cookies.
Okay, these are about to go viral.
Let's hope so. They're really good.
Okay, now let's get to it.
Okay.
What do you need first?
Ingredients. Children.
Children.
Minions.
Okay. Let's summon the minions.
Summon the minions.
Youngest always goes first.
We're gonna make some cookies.
Make cookies.
Cookies?
Yeah. So I need you guys to grab the flour, the sugar,
Hey!
eggs,
Youngest first.
baking soda.
Right here.
I can't remember.
Sugar.
She said flour?
Good.
Flour, mommy? Is that flour?
Baking soda. Brown sugar. Oatmeal.
Bang.
What else do we like in oatmeal cookies?
Chocolate.
Oliver likes chocolate
Chocolate
chips.
chips.
We get
What
okay.
else?
Walnuts.
Walnuts.
No nuts.
Sarah, what do you like in oatmeal cookies? Oreo cream in your oatmeal cookies. Dad, what do you like in oatmeal cookies?
Oatmeal and butter and sugar.
Oh, butter.
Oh, we kind of need butter, huh?
Oh, do we have room temperature butter?
Yes, we do. What is it?
We may have to get one from.
Oh no. Okay.
Everything is fine. So before you start, how important would you say that having softened butter? How important is that to the?
The process of
To the
cookie
process.
making, it's kind of like it's a necessary ingredient. Like if you were missing flour, you couldn't make cookies. I feel like softened butter is its own ingredient. You can't really make cookies with melted butter or with hardened butter. So you're gonna need flour's right there. 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 stick of butter, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar,
Yeah.
2 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1.5 cups of flour. Oh, and 3 cups of oatmeal. We probably need oatmeal.
Got it.
3 cups of oatmeal. Those are the ingredients. And then we're just waiting for it to...
It's a hearty cookie.
It's so good. We're waiting for the butter to soften. So, okay. I've been making this recipe for a long time and these cookies are really amazing. But my Pam moment here, I got the recipe off of the oatmeal box. It's not a secret recipe. It's off the Quaker Oat container. When you lift the lid on the backside, there's an oatmeal cookie recipe. And this is that recipe. However, I do not put the cinnamon in, or I think it doesn't call for raisins. Does it call for raisins? I think it says
Yeah.
that they're optional.
It's a heretic. Yeah, it does.
So you can go on the Quaker Oat, the Quaker website, Quaker Oat website, and you can get this recipe, but omit the cinnamon. And
The raisin.
so something else that we can do, if your butter is not all the way softened, is you can mix it in the bowl and then let it sit for a little bit to kind of soften up and then remix it. So I'm gonna put in my butter and I'm gonna put in the brown sugar and the granulated sugar. I'm gonna put in the 2 eggs. And I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of vanilla, like this.
Wait, is that? Did you measure that?
Yep. Okay, so you can do this with a hand mixer or with like a beat. Well, you can't, if your butter's not softened, you probably can't do it with like by hand with a whisk or anything. But this is the part where you're gonna cream it together, which means just like make sure it's totally fully combined, and you can mix this however long it takes to mix. You don't have to be careful about this part. So because my butter's not totally melted, I'm gonna mix it up for a little bit, and then because the butter will be in smaller particles, I'm gonna let it sit, and that'll help to soften it up, and then I'll remix it again, and then it should be fully combined. So it's kind of loud, but I'm gonna combine all of those ingredients. This is how I kind of know how to do it, is you just kind of keep mixing it until the butter is all incorporated and it's been broken up and softened enough to move forward.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing.
Good.
Okay.
All right, hit it. Let it rip.
So you should not consume raw eggs,
What does it taste like?
butter and sugar. The best way I found to do cookies is I got this sieve that I've had for a really long time, and I put it over my bowl, and I put the flour in the sieve, just like that. And then it's 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I kind of sprinkle that over the top of the flour, and then half a teaspoon of salt, which is not optional. Lies.
Also, it's a teaspoon, not a tablespoon.
Correct. Actually, it's a half teaspoon.
Well,
So-
sometimes people put more than just a teaspoon.
That's never happened before. I don't know what you're talking about. So then I sipped it into the dough, the egg and butter and sugar mixtures in the bowl, and you sift it like this. And I didn't used to do this. I used to just kind of like scoop everything into the mixer here and mix it, but then I found that like some of my cookies would rise, and some of them were really flat and soupy. And I think that it was just my baking soda was not getting incorporated throughout the mixture very well. So I got the sieve and I started doing it this way, and this has worked ever since. So I put the flour, baking soda, and salt mixture, I sifted it into the bowl. This is what it looks like.
Wait, did I stop?
Yeah. When you're in, I can't even use my arm. When you're putting the flour into the cookie mixture, you don't want to over mix it, so you only want to mix it just until you can't see the flour particles. If you just like let it go, then the dough turns out gross. So because with oatmeal cookies, we're going to be adding in another dried ingredient, I'm going to mix this slowly until I can still see flour particles, but like they're almost gone, and then I'll put the oatmeal in. If I put the oatmeal in right now, then the oatmeal gets covered in flour, and even after it gets mixed into the dough, there's still flour on the oatmeal. So when you're eating the cookie, there'll be pieces, like it's floury.
Like chalky.
Yeah, so I don't like that. So I'm gonna mix this slowly. Okay, so right about here, where I can still see the flour, I'm gonna just dump in the 3 cups of oatmeal. And then I'm gonna mix this just until the oatmeal is mixed in. Bueno. Done. Cookie dough. Once again, it has raw eggs, so do not eat the cookie dough.
It's terrible.
There's definitely not the very best part of why I like making these cookies. This cookie dough is squeezing phenomenal. So good. Don't skip the salt. It is not optional.
And just get no. What do you? I just whoa. Yeah, that's good. I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna prepare a baking dish for some of the dough.
Assemble baking dish. There you go.
Okay.
Here, things.
I usually use this cookie scoop. You can also use a spoon. And just press it in. They don't expand too much, so you can just scoop them on.
It looks fire.
And then we can use the Filipe size
Ooh.
cookie.
Oh yeah. Cubits of cookies. Let's go. Okay,
Okay.
send it.
There's a ham in our oven.
There's a good problem to have.
So.
Isn't there room in there? Okay,
Okay. Crisis averted.
problem solved.
Oh!
Shoop. Wait. No, what are you doing? Fine. There's enough butter in there. Go.
It'll be fine. We'll
Good
see.
job.
Okay. 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
I have 12 minutes to eat the rest of this cookie dough.
Do it quickly before the children get here. Before the children.
Don't tell the kids which one.
We're just transferring it to a cooling rack so they stop cooking, or baking, I should say. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Nicely done. They're good. That's it. That's the cookies.
Viral cookies.
It's a lot easier than you made it look.
It's true. It is much easier than how we did it.
Especially if you have the right butter.
You have to have the right butter.
So yeah, that's it. Now we have plenty to last us the next 15 minutes with some coffee. Then we'll make some more later. Who are we nominating for the...
We are nominating Zach and Ellen Hensrud to cook something and film it and put it on your Facebook and then pass it along and nominate somebody else.
No? Well, I got work to do, so thanks guys. Stay safe. And
Eat viral cookies.
eat your viral cookies. Alright. Nice. Good job.